Hey there guys, my name is Josh, and for every day for the next 12 weeks, I'm going to be showing you how to grow your own Freedom Rangers in your own chicken tractor. Whether you want to do it on a small scale or a big scale, this video is going to be for you. Now, we are going to cover everything from little baby chicks all the way till processing day. So I'm going to show you literally every single day of what you need to know and what you need to be looking for, so that way you can do this successfully. If you want to grow chickens just for yourself and your family, that's okay. I'm going to show you how to do it in just one of these. We do 4 batches every year, and this year this will be our first batch. So if you're gonna do it for yourself, great. If you're gonna do it for friends and family to kind of coop the costs that you're gonna need to make them just for you, again, this video is for you. So let's go ahead and roll with it and roll into day 1. All right guys, day 1, we just picked up the chicks from the post office. There they are. They are talking and happy, and they're ready to go home. They have been on the road for 72 hours or so, about 3 days. So the sooner you get them in your brooder, the better. And then the sooner you get them to water, the better. So we're gonna go home, we're gonna put them in the brooder, give them some water, put some food out, and we'll show you how we do that. So let's go ahead and go. Alright, that's it guys. That's it for day 1. At this point, all you want to do is you want to make sure that you are checking to make sure they're not all bundled up under the heat lamp on top of each other, or spread out into kind of like an O around the heat lamp. Basically that means it's either too hot or too cold, and so if they're all bundled up, it's going to be too cold to leave the heat lamp. You need to lower it a little bit. If it's too low, they'll get in that little circle around it because it's too hot. And that is all depending on if you have them outside, inside, but you want to make sure that you're keeping it that proper temperature, so that way they don't have any complications from it being, again, too hot or too cold. And then we've also put in this border here because this is a big brooder, and obviously they don't take up the whole brooder space, and we want to make sure that they stay in the heated area as much as possible for right now. So that's day 1. Let's go ahead and go to day 2. All right guys, day 2. Day 2 is very similar to day 1 in that we are checking 4 main things, and that is water, feed, we are checking temperature, and just making sure that everybody is happy and healthy and nothing strange is going on. Now you may be asking why we're inside when we put them in the brooder in day 1. That is very, very, very simple. We had a massive storm, and they were frightening the birds, and so we had some mortality rate, and so we brought them inside, and we are going to move them back outside here in the next couple of days. But all we're looking for at this point is those 4 things. So let's talk about that just a little bit. You want to come back as soon as you can, every hour, every 2 hours, whatever's convenient for you, and just keep an eye on these birds. You want to make sure they have plenty of water, that their feed levels are high enough that they are going to have something to eat. Temperature is very important. They're still really early. They'd be sitting under their mother for most of the time. So you want to make sure that temperature is right on par where they are comfortable. And I will leave a little chart down in the description that kind of shows you where your temperature is going to be for the first 3 or 4 days. And then you can start lowering it down. All right, so this is our chick, day 2. Little fluff ball. Cute little thing, ready to take some pictures of it. And you can see here, most of them don't have any kind of feathers. This one has little feathers on the end of it. But that is about it. They're just cute little fluff balls that need our attention. And you just want to make sure you can give it to them and keep them happy and healthy, and take plenty of pictures. So that's number 5. Take plenty of pictures because they're so cute. So we're going to roll into day 3. All right guys, day 3. These guys are back in the brooder, if you can see back there. And we're just going to be doing the same thing that we did in day 1 and day 2, and that is we're checking feed, we're checking temperature, we're checking water, and we're just making sure everybody is moving and happy and making sure they're getting back under those lamps, especially now that we're outside, because it is definitely colder outside than it is inside. If you have a bigger space that you have these in, you can use something like this board here to kind of scoop them into one little smaller area until about day 3, day 4, when they get accustomed to going in and out of the light, in and out of the light, and making sure they can kind of regulate their temperature better. But if you're in a small area, you'll be fine. So let's go ahead and move to day 4. These guys are doing well. We've had a couple of them die, but I think most of that was due to the weather. We had really bad weather. We had a really bad experience the first day, and so we had one die the day after, and then another one die the night after, and then this morning we had 2 pass away. It might have gotten a little cold in there for them and they got separated. You want to make sure you're going in and checking on them and making sure that they are, with the rest of the group. Sometimes they don't make it back, or they go out and it gets a little chilly, and so they don't do so well when it's chilly. So you just want to make sure you're checking on them, make sure their food and their water is full, and make sure everybody's happy and healthy. Day 4, you might want to start looking at their bedding. If you've got them in a smaller area, their bedding might be time to change. But all in all, ours are doing well, and they've got a big enough area. I'm not worried about their bedding. So let's roll into day 5. Alright, day 6. We are now on day 6. We're almost done with the first week, guys. That's crazy. So these guys are hanging out here in the brooder, and so what we've done is we've turned off this light over here, and we've just kept that light on because now at day 6 we're really looking at the shavings, making sure they are not moist or poop covered or anything. We don't have an ammonia smell. If you do, it is now time to start looking at maybe changing the shavings, and all you have to do is just add some more shavings to it. You're going to keep an eye on the waterer and the feeders. They're going to start eating more. They're going to start taking in more water. So keep an eye on that. Make sure everything's going well. And then also day 6, you're going to want to start making sure that your temperature is at the temp that it needs to be. It is kind of cool outside right now. It is 66, so I still have this light on, but if it was during the summer, we might take that light out, depending on how hot it's getting during the day. These guys are going to be somewhere around, upper 80s, so you want to make sure that it's still that temperature inside this brooder, so that way they are happy and comfortable and healthy. Let's move on to day 7. All right, day 7, and these guys, they've been pushed to their max this week. They have gone through at least 2 or 3 rains, a lot of wind, so I'm going to keep this really short. What you're going to look at day 7 is you want to make sure that their wood shavings are nice and clean. There's not a big ammonia smell. There's not a big poop smell to it, because that means it's time to add some more. If you have a small area, it might be time for you to change your shavings. But for us, we're doing okay right now. We're going to let this rain pass, and then we'll probably do some more. But just keep coming and checking on them and make sure they're doing okay. They're starting to harden out with the weather and with this light, so you're going to want to keep an eye on the temperature in the brooder. And other than that, that is day 7. And super simple, super easy. Just keep an eye on them. Alright guys, that is the end of week 1. We are hoping you've had a wonderful time so far in this video series. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, as we will answer them, as this will be a series and we'll be answering them in later videos, so make sure you stick around for that. If you like what you saw here, please subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications, and share this with other people who might be looking to raise their own Freedom Rangers. We love Freedom Rangers around here, and we hope you will too. So we'll see you in the next video, guys, and have fun with whatever you're doing until then. Bye.